What's happening, people? Brother Brian here. It was 75 degrees last weekend in Ohio. Today it's 20 degrees. Put my jacket back on. I'm getting ready to go digging, go out and hit some Goodwills and maybe stop at a couple record stores and do a little bit of digging today. It's Sunday, and I scored at the beginning of this video. That's that little Pioneer. I scored a nice little Pioneer amp. It's a Pioneer SA 500A. It's a 12-pound, 13-watt power amplifier, and it sounds absolutely wonderful. Okay, it's only 13 watts. It's very small. I seen it it popped up on Facebook Marketplace, and it was 50 bucks. Okay, to me that's a fair price. It's they made them from 1971 to 1974. So I mean, it's 50 years old. It's approaching 50 years old. They made another one. It was a 500, and it has push buttons. Mine has the levers. Okay, I don't know what the difference is in the sound or anything like that. But in 1970 they made the 500, and 71 they started making the 500A. So I did score me a nice little amp this week, and I've been enjoying it. I hooked it up out here in the garage, and I'm telling you, man, the old stuff. It just sounds, and it's like 50 years old. It's not been rebuilt. It hasn't been serviced or anything. I took the cover off. I cleaned it up, put some deoxin in it and stuff like that, and just amazing. So that was what was at the beginning of the video. That's the old Pioneer that I got, and it was really nice. The guy was very courteous on Facebook Marketplace. He actually brought it to my work and dropped it off. I just gave him money. I didn't even have to go nowhere to get it, man. I mean, the guy was really nice. Either that or he needed the money. I see that there's another Pioneer I know that's kind of close to here that I've been debating on buying, but I don't really need it. But we don't always buy shit because we need it, do we? But, it's just a lot of crazy shit going on. Make love, not war. It's like this world, man, it's just crazy right now. We're living in a crazy, crazy fucking world. And the fortunate thing for us, okay, for me and you, is that we could turn the world off and listen to music. And that's what I would say, man. Get out there and turn off the shit and listen to some beautiful music. That's what we need, more music in the world. I think, no matter who you listen to on the news, okay? Whatever channel you listen to, whatever talking points you get, if you notice that they're all different, every single one of them is telling you something different. I don't think they know what's going on. I think a lot of these people in the politics and in the news media, they've lost their souls, man. They've lost their souls. And, they don't know, they don't, the truth doesn't matter anymore. It's just we live in a politically correct, the narrative of the day, according to their cliques and clubs, whatever club they're in, whether they're conservative or liberal, or they're in the fucking Fox News, or they're in NBC News, or wherever they're from, whatever their clique is, that's the narrative of the day, is whatever they're told. It has nothing to do with honesty. And what's going on in the Ukraine, in Russia, oh, it's horrible. Make love, not war. Really, honest to God. Is there a better way? Can we find? I mean, how old are we as a people? As humanity, as human beings, how fucking old are we that we have to still shoot people and kill people in order to get to a place? You know why? Because of dishonesty. When you lose morality, you have to kill people. And that's disgusting, man. That's disgusting. That you get to the point where somebody's life, has to be taken because there's no honesty. There's no morality. And, we had Russia. It was, when Trump was president, it was Russia, Russia, Russia. And then the COVID came, and we had COVID for years. And now we're back at Russia. And it's, and I hate to even talk about it, but I just think that this video, we need to make love, man. We need to make love and not war. I know that's an old hippie thing, But just consider all the dishonesty that's going on in the world. You know, all the brainwashing, all the things that people are telling you. You know, it's like the government has become God. And the news organizations have become our brains. You know, and I refuse that, you know, fuck that shit, man. Fuck it. We don't need that. You know, I'm getting too old. I'm going to be 50 years old pretty soon, man. And I don't need that shit in my life. You know, I was going to go buy a new turntable. Okay, I was looking at turntables. And I was checking all the reviews. I was looking at the VPIs. I was looking at the Lens. I was looking at the Rigas. And I was looking at buying a new turntable. And I realized, I said, you know what? I have 10 turntables. I have 10 turntables. You know, there's things I need in my life. There's things I need to do in my life. So what I did was, with my income tax money, instead of buying a turntable, which if you're looking for a turntable, check out the MoFi turntables. That was another one that I was considering. The price is right. The reviews are through the roof. And it seems like a really nice deck. I would have probably bought a MoFi. If I was going to buy one, I would probably took the money and bought me a brand new MoFi. But I did. Because I got 10 turntables. I don't need turntables. I've got tons of turntables, cartridges, and all that stuff. So what I ended up doing was, with my income tax, I bought some gravel for my driveway. I needed to redo my driveway. So I fixed my driveway. I did it myself. I just bought the materials and did it myself. I bought some lawn equipment. I bought some raised garden beds. Okay. I'm going to buy me some topsoil, and I'm going to have that come in. I'm going to spend more time this year gardening in my backyard. You know, this is my property. You know, I want to start utilizing my property more. You know, put some tomato plants in, some pepper plants, some onions. You know, have a beautiful little garden back there this year. You know, and I'll tell you what, one of the reasons why I decided to go in the direction that I did is because last fall, okay, I didn't tell you guys about this, but this really tore me up last fall. This is what happened. You know, I went to this local bait shop. You know, and everybody knows it. They know me at that bait shop. You know, the guy that owns the place, his name's Chris. And I went in there last fall. And he says, yeah, Brian. He goes, you know that place you've been going to fish? He goes, they sold that place. They sold it. I said, they sold it? I was like, no way. He goes, yeah. And I've been going there and fishing since I was 5 years old. Okay, I've been going there since I was 5 years old. He goes, oh yeah, he goes, that guy in the back, and this is like one of these places, it's like a bait shop, but they got a table in the back, and all these old people are sitting back there drinking their coffee, telling fish tales and stuff like that. So he goes, yeah, that guy back here said they sold it. So Chris, the guy that knows fishermen, he says, hey, come here. He goes, tell Brian about the place he fishes. And the guy comes up there and he goes, yeah, yeah, they sold it to a contracting, I think it's contracting companies, what they call them. And he said they can't find anywhere to dump their dirt. So he goes, they bought the property. They're going to let the front lakes, they're going to continue to fish out of the front lakes, and then the back lake, which is the lake I love to fish. He goes, they're going to turn that into a landfill. I said, you got to be kidding. You know, my head exploded. I said, you got to be kidding me, man. So I wasn't able to call because it's a seasonal place, so they close it down in the wintertime. So I'm like having a conniption fit. I'm like, you know what, man, I gotta, you know, if I can't go fish there, then I need another hobby, you know. So I decided to start making, you know, do my backyard, do the gardening stuff, because my head exploded, man. I'm like, that's my place, right? Okay, so they're getting ready to open April 1st, okay? So I was like, I'm going to call in the spring, okay? I went all winter worried to death about my fishing place, okay? I was worried to death about my fishing place. So I said, in the springtime, I'm going to call. I'm going to talk to the guys and see if it's sold or not. So about a week ago, I called up. I was sitting there having dinner with my friends. We were at the, I think it was the Longhorn, having some steaks. We were sitting there eating the steak dinner. And my buddy was asking me about it, and I said, you know what, let's call them up. So I said, if anything, there'll be an answering machine that'll answer. So I called them up, and the woman, okay, the guy that owns the place, his wife, she answers the phone. And I asked her, I said, hey, I heard a rumor that you guys sold this place. She goes, no, honey, we didn't sell it. I was like, you know what it was? Is that fucking Chris. That fucking Chris in Dayton that owns that stop down there, he was fucking with me, man. I mean, the guy's a master of disaster. He was fucking with me. So, I'm going to have to strangle him. You might see me on the news for strangling this guy. But the good news is my place that I like to go fishing, it's still going to be there this year. But I'm going to still work on my yard and my gardening and stuff. So it's been crazy, man. I've had a crazy winter. I think we've all had a crazy winter, man. But I'm getting ready to go digging. If I can go find me some finds today, if I find stereo or records or something like that, I'll get back on here and make you guys another video. Figured Sunday morning I'd get on here and see, you know, give you guys a positive message, man. Let's make love and not war. You know, allow people to have their differences. If they don't totally agree with you, you know, understand that, you know, because the world is manipulating people like I've never seen. You know, whatever news, like I said, whatever news organization you turn on, you know, somebody's pumping their brain and telling them what to think. And keep that in consideration. You know, me, I'm going to turn them off. I'm going to turn the music on. I'm going to do some gardening. I'm going to do some fishing. I'm going to spend some time with you guys, man. And I'm going to try to keep you guys positive, man, and share some love your way, man. So you guys be good. I'm going out digging. Wish me luck. I'm out of here.